Some 400 Congolese refugees are expected to leave South Africa through voluntary repatriation this year. 49 refugees from the Democratic Republic of the Congo have already been repatriated back to their home country. For more on this, we're joined by Magdalena Kucharek from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. Thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon. So how did this all come about?
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me. Indeed, the UNHCR, the UN Refugee Agency, on Friday facilitated the departure of 49 individuals, nationals of the DRC, who voluntarily opted to proceed and to reintegrate back into their home country. As you have mentioned, we do anticipate a larger number who has already expressed their interest to return, and we will be proceeding with making the arrangements for them in order to return in the coming months.
Just how many in total do you know of that are in the country and that want to leave? You're talking about anticipating a large number. Do you have applications so far or indications of people that say they want to go back home?
Currently, we have around 400 individuals who have from the Democratic Republic of Congo who have expressed their interest to return. In addition to a much smaller number of individuals from other nationalities who have equally expressed their interest to return as well. So the process is quite simple in the sense that refugees and asylum seekers who have been in South Africa, who have been living in South Africa, who have called South Africa their home, have approached UNHCR and expressed their interest to return based on the assessments that UNHCR does to confirm that this choice is being made on a voluntary basis, and also that the areas of return are considered safe. As this is a prerequisite, UNHCR is not able to facilitate departures to areas that are not conducive to return in terms of safety. Following that assessment, with the collaboration of the Department of Home Affairs, as well as in this specific case, the embassy, the Congolese embassy in South Africa, we process their documentation, prepare them for departures, issue travel documents, assist them with COVID testing, which, as you know, is an international requirement now for travel, and then we assist them with getting on the plane. Equally, upon arrival, they are being met by UNHCR officials in their country of destination, in this case the DRC, where they are receiving their assistance in terms of monetary assistance specifically, and also facilitated with their onward journey to their final place of destination.
What are some of the push factors that made people leave the Democratic Republic of Congo and take refuge in South Africa? And what are some of the reasons that you have heard for people saying, well, we want to go back home?
Indeed, no one chooses to be a refugee. We have seen various reasons for which people decide as a life-saving measure to leave their countries of origin and seek refuge in South Africa. I have to also confirm and to state that South Africa has been a very generous host, currently hosting around 240,000 asylum seekers and refugees. For those who in much smaller numbers now confirm that it is safe for them to return to their areas. For some of them, it is still not conducive to return. For the most part, it is the violence, the conflict back home that is forcing people to flee, to pick up, leave their homes, and to seek refuge in another country.
And what did they tell you in terms of why they want to leave South Africa?
Specifically leaving South Africa, and I have to say that we have seen, especially in the last movement, and I personally, I was with this group for most of last week before their departure, and during departure, we have seen generations going home. We have seen little children, we have seen grandmas, we have seen parents, so really generations. They have, for them, South Africa was their home. They have been here for many, many years. However, one of the main reasons that they are quoting for which they consider now is the time for them to return is simply because the safety conditions have been met. It is safe for them to return. Most of them also have families back home, and they would like to also reunite with them and restart their lives afresh in the DRC.
And you work closely with the Department of Home Affairs in terms of this repatriation process. How does that work?
Absolutely, yes. We have a very good cooperation with the Department of Home Affairs. We work very closely with them. It is through them that the process is, they are the ones who allow us the process to continue in a very smooth and efficient way. So they primarily come in terms of immigration and documentation processes in terms of cancellation of the refugee and asylum seeker documentation, which all of our returnees hold while residing in South Africa. And of course, the immigration procedures at the airport and facilitation of the process, as I said, just to make it more simple, more efficient, and to allow for the returnees to proceed home.
Magdalena Kucharek, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, thank you very much for availing yourself this afternoon.